Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Matty,
And I am Benjamin.
and in today, as mentioned again, up back at it every Saturday. We're gonna try as much as we can every Saturday. But today is Saturday for us, so I don't know which day it is for you guys, but every Saturday around this area, around this time, we'll try to make a video.
Correct.
And in today's video, we will have two things to discuss as of now. The first thing is our update for the week, what we have done, what we've done so far, and what our next course of actions will be. Again, full transparency as you can see. And after that, we'll talk about
The way we basically ended up here.
And without any further ado, let's begin with Ben. What have you been doing this week?
So this week I've basically done a couple of things. I've completely cleaned out my wardrobe because it was very, very messy. I had really old clothes and now I have a lot of space. It looks beautiful. I've also implemented the reading again, so I'm reading books now. And of course, I'm continuing with the meditation, doing it more, especially with the commute when I go to work, because I have a lot of commuting to do to go to my work. So I do meditations and reading. And of course, I'm continuing with studying for the driving license. I'm doing the test next week. So right now I'm just studying, getting down the bullet points, the most important things, and basically that's what I've been doing this week.
Well, for me right now, I've been doing mostly the same thing that I've been doing last week, but in high quantity. Right now, I've been implementing that I've been putting timer, and instead of doing just meditation as I write in my not journal, as I write in my
Agenda.
yeah, exactly. Thank you for telling me that. I write meditation 10 minutes, or at least 10 minutes, or at least 15 minutes. The same thing with my writing thoughts. I do that at least 30 minutes. Instead of just doing it each day, I try to put a timer on so I have something to like do essentially. Of course, the time is a minimum. It doesn't mean that after the timer is done, after I've done my 30 minutes, I never think about it again. So this is what I've been actually doing, and I've been implementing other things, such as I've been actually trying to understand the market right now, the market with AI, and I've been trying to do my best in regards to looking things up, because it's very important now that AI is here. The AI is actually developing, that we take everything we can from AI, because it's a place, it's something that's happening currently in this world, and it will give us a lot of opportunities. Yes, as you may have heard, that many jobs has been replaced with AI, but remember the people that created the AI that took over these jobs. These people got rich, while the people that were working the jobs got poor, or poor and poor lost their job. So again, it's all about how we place ourselves in this flow of money that we will end up making money. We can't place ourselves while the flow is already gone. So we have to place ourselves in a good position so we can take that money, as much money as we can, of course. And this is what I've been doing, and I've been implementing it in a way where it's very difficult for me to start from like just doing these passive things to something very active, like gathering information. Is very difficult. So today I did something that I did yesterday as well, which was I will not do anything for my agenda until I finish my research of AI in a specific department, in a specific part. So that's what I did. I didn't do anything. I literally didn't use my phone as much as I could. When I went home, and I started to do my things, because when I put it in the agenda, I usually do everything else and have these two as the last part, and it usually is like 12, like midnight or something like that. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. So this way, I force myself to. I have to do something right now, or else I won't do anything, and I won't be productive in any way possible. And it gave results. Like literally the same day I implemented this, I started doing stuff. So put pressure on yourself. That's what I learned.
What I've also been implementing this week, or I don't know, it's been kind of off this week because my brain has been very, very foggy. So these past couple days, and for at least till the end of this week, I haven't used like social media at all whatsoever because I don't know, my brain has been kind of fried because of all the social media, so I've taken kind of a bit of a break on it. But of course, if I have something important to do, which I've done also some research on AI when it comes specifically to outreaching, not in the market or very broadly, but just on outreaching. And I did a document and I wrote some bullet points. So if it's not useful, as of this week, I haven't really used social media much at all. Alright, with the update of the week out of the way, just some explanation, or at least how we've ended up here alone in this apartment after almost 2 years. So, when basically my brother quit school, I was still in school working on the agency while he got a job, and we did kind of good. There was some periods when we got lots of contracts in, but it was we were very naive when it came to the client's promises and what they said because a lot of people promised stuff but they didn't really hold their word even when
Yeah.
it comes to signing the contract.
Yeah, exactly. After even we signed the contract with a contractor, with a windows and doors installment company, whatever it might be, they signed the contract and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna give you the money X and X day," and they never gave us the money. But we did like follow ups, many follow ups. We talked to them like we could do a trial, we could do this, we could do that. If you don't have the funds right now, we can still figure out some way where both of us will benefit. But in the end, he never got something because, again, like you said, we were super naive when it came to business. That people, just because we hold our words, people don't do it. Even though I think that as a man, you should hold your word as much as you can. But they didn't do it. And that's a lesson that we learned. That's a big fail of us because we could have earned a lot of money if we actually pushed them to pay the same day they did the contract or pay before the contract or something like that instead of just being happy with doing the contract. Doing the contract is one part, but getting paid is another part. Like, that's what we learned. We learned it the hard way, but now it is in our head and it's stuck up there, like literally stuck there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You learn sometimes, and this is the way it's something we learn. So please take note. People don't hold their promises, and you have to sometimes put off, the hard gloves and do the gritty work by telling you, hey man, hey name, thank you for actually taking the next step into growing your business. Now, before we continue with the contract, this is how it usually goes. From the beginning, I've already signed the contract. We have already signed the contract. And from the beginning, what you do right now is we're going to send you a payment link. That way, you will wire us the money and then we'll continue on with the contract. This is how we usually do it for every single business owner. How is this the correct email? And then you say the email. You do not try to ask them, is that okay with you? You don't do that. Just ask them, is this email the correct one, or should I send it to your phone number instead? You have to do it this way. Because this way they're forced to pick an option. They're forced to say yes or no. There are no alternatives. You have to sign. You have to get paid first, then sign the contract. The contract is completely and utterly useless if you do not get the payment.
So that was pretty much the biggest reason why it didn't really escalate and not much happened, even though for a certain client we did the work for the whole period and still didn't get paid the full amount.
Yeah, but we got paid. We got paid a bit of dollars. Actually, I think it was a total of like $3,500, give or take. So this module, it works. It really works. You just have to put the hours. You have to do it. You have to outreach, you have to do that things.
Yes, and you always gotta be updated on the next trend. And with that said, a little bit more is that nothing happened with the agency really, and there was a deadline we had to follow, and we didn't complete it. So I basically dropped out of school also. I lived at home for a while, still tried to do something with the agency, and then I got me a job, and that's basically a little bit of what happened in these 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you deserve a better explanation, but this is like a part of the explanation. As mentioned earlier in the last video, I could talk about the failures, I could talk about everything that happened step by step, but that will take me about a few hours, and I guess so. You wouldn't enjoy me yapping about like an hour or two about what happened in these 2 years. Just we're here and we ain't going anywhere. We're gonna do one video every single week, usually every Saturday, and we're gonna do our best to send it the same day. And again, completely unfiltered. You see everything, we talk about everything. And yes, these videos have been like this, just us talking, sitting here on the sofa, talking about what's happened and what we're doing and stuff like that. But little by little, as I mentioned, we're gonna upgrade our cameras. Right now, just using my phone, but we're gonna upgrade the camera and we're gonna start editing stuff and we're gonna start showing you everything we do. But right now, it's just not so interesting because I can't like show you right now when I write the journal, when I journal or when I meditate or something like that. It's super boring, right? So we talk about what we're doing and what we're trying to do better. So right now, again, we're gonna continue with our habits. We're gonna make them better, stronger, and then we're gonna slowly but surely do the actions, the active actions more than the passive actions. Because right now, I feel like I've been actually getting into it, to the daily stuff. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's getting engraved again into my lifestyle basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's becoming a lifestyle more than just a thing you do. And again, we've been talking for quite some time right now, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, we're really happy. We're really happy that you're sticking with us until now and that you're actually enjoying this. And on that note, again, we'd like to thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the support, and take care. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.